Hello there, everybody, and welcome to Breakdown Blitz Episode 2. I didn't actually have the name of the series when I made the last episode, but now we are. So, hope you enjoyed the last episode. If you didn't, be sure to go back and watch that one, after you watch this one, of course. Tonight, we have Sonder versus Healthy Diet Food Groups. Probably expect this scrim to go a certain way, but of course, we'll have to see. Once again, I'll be spectating one game out of every mode, and that'll be the entirety of this episode between these two teams. And so I'm interested to see exactly what they have to offer. Maybe we'll be able to finally figure out who Josh really is. I don't know, guys, but if you like what you see, be sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more of these coming in the future. Again, I'm going to try to put out a bunch of these over the course of December. So be sure to stay tuned, and I hope to see you all around. Without any further ado, let's get right into it. Blitz on Sturgeon Shipyard is a macro combination we don't see a ton of, so kind of interested to see exactly how this one goes, interested to see exactly what kinds of weapon compositions we get, and yeah, let's go ahead and hop right on into this one. So I already see a gold dynamo roller, which is going to be interesting to see how that plays into things, as well as a vanilla sploosh on the other side of the map. I think that has the kind of things, but I don't quite remember for sure. By the way, if you see some rubber banding, I saw some earlier on. Looks like my internet connection is not quite as stable as I might like to think. I'm not the one playing. So these teams are looking to fight a little bit over mid, and I don't think there was any armors popped or anything. Now finally our project here for Sonder, but it might have been just a little bit of an overextension, and that collapse around, applying that pressure from multiple different areas from Sonder and Yellow. I was able to get them the overall lead here. And they're going to start being able to take care of moving forward and getting those claims in the basket with really well done use of taking a pick or two and then just deciding to go for it and making this push happen. You'll see it's actually being a rather successful push so far, and out that power claim going in, actually a fantastic push coming in for Sonder here early in the game. And though keeping it alive with those CDS, and I was going to dive on that to safety. You'll notice that they still maintain control of mid. So right now, really, Healthy Diet Food Group can't do much of anything. Sonder's doing a very good job of making sure they're not being over-aggressive, making sure they're not putting themselves in positions that could be potentially dangerous. And again, they have plenty of control of mid. They could go back and get a couple more clams. You see two clam spawns that have spawned over here, and I think that might be what Snaps is going to go do. But I have to be careful not to get cut out here. In this position, they really have the advantage. But it looks like here, with another one going down, Snaps is going to back up just a little bit more. We still can't seem to quite find the picks happening here out of Healthy Diet Food Groups. Crim is playing very backline heavy here with the Nautilus. And that's one of the kind of unfortunate things about the Nautilus is that even if it has that thing, it's not exactly the weapon that we probably want to see playing a little bit more of the time. Now it's taken down here. It's going to be a 2-down with the late 3-down situations going for that Honda to push forward once more. Kane's going to come on around with some more claims here. Still another claim spawn back here that we could pick up if we wanted to. Some Lucky's claims to spawn here. Another power claim in the basket. This very well could be the game, although Kane's going down. Have to be careful of Snaps on the side here. And, yeah, I think that was just a little bit of not unable to win the 1v1s there, but excellent job by Sonder there. That was able to continue to keep the push going, keep applying the pressure, and making sure that they always had control of the middle of the map on the whole. I think that's something that we don't quite get to compliment as often, but a brilliant job there by Sonder in order to do that and maintain control of it. Alright, next game is going to be tower control on Manta Maria. And so again, it'll be interesting to see exactly what happens here. There was a game that kind of happened in the middle. Apologies to those of you that were playing in the bot. I was not paying attention to that one at all. I also realized I didn't show the actual builds last game, so there it is. Josh once again playing the gold dynamo roller. I don't know if that's exactly the right play, but is probably just trying to test it out, especially the fact that this is going to be a tower control. So hopefully would have liked to have seen Charger, maybe Stingray. On the other side, though, I'm looking at this composition, and I hope that they can be very mobile over the course of on this entire map. And speaking of that mobility, I think actually is going to go down. It's going to kind of collapse around here with a bunch of pressure. Zip stepped a little bit too far forward again. And so very neutral to start things off here. Now, with Jinny going down, I imagine we're going to see Sonder start to step forward. Indeed, they do. Blocker's going to get taken out there by Synapse on the K52. And now we notice that Healthy Diet Food Group has to play a little bit more patient here. I would really like to see them try to get Josh out of here. I can't want to see him find the arc shots. And honestly, this street should try to be painted. Right now, the problem, though, is that they don't really have a lot that can paint that area of the street, given the fact that they don't have a lot of range on their composition. They'll probably be looking to try to have somebody flank around, but when this entire area is covered as well, they're not quite going to be able to do just that. Now, this lockout's continuing. That's actually going to be a double there for Caden, I think it was. And now we're already down to the third checkpoint. Blopper still doesn't quite have the range, and now Ziff's going to have to try to play aggro junior, but it's going to get taken down as well. Now 4, 3, 2, 1, and things are looking iffy here. Back to the corner here, the last members of Sonder, and it looks like actually Healthy Diet Food Groups is just barely going to hold on to the 1 point mark. So good clutch defense from them. But it was also a well-done push to Sonder there. I don't really know what the goal was of hopping back off of the tower. For them, in all honesty, they probably could have tried to knock out the game there as opposed to trying to be safe, because if you're trying to be safe, there isn't really anywhere for you to easily swim to, because you'd have to turn around to paint the wall before going back up. But you'll notice here, Healthy Diet Food Groups now has plenty of control of it, and I'd like to see them use this to their advantage a little bit more. However, Sonder is not really going to set forward. They're not going to contest this for a little while, and after the incomer hop, they are going to move forward here. Around this first checkpoint, the tower is stalled. You'll notice Caden is applying pressure with the inkjet. You'll notice that this area of the map around the tower is limiting the mobility coming in from Healthy Diet Food Group. Now with the gun situation, even despite the fact that Krim was able to hold on to the tower, and now the fact that Krim is able to get, I think, a delayed double there, even despite that, the tower still is going to reset back to this neutral position here. Healthy Diet Food Group is now trading in the middle. Ziff's going to hop the tower, but honestly, you should probably just try to paint and stay alive here. Probably a little bit of an overextension there. Probably just should have played safe here and waited for your teammates to respawn. Now that's going to allow Sonder to continue applying pressure on this map. Because here's the other thing with Junior, I think, honestly, is if you probably stood like right here, you'd probably just continue throwing bombs in the mid, put out a little bit of paint pressure to make sure no one approaches you, and call it a day right then and there. But you'll notice here, Sonder now doesn't even care about the tower, and is just looking to try to build up their advantage on the map as a whole, given their just map presence. And again, we're seeing a very reminiscent push of what we saw in the first tower control push here, as they're completely locked out of Street. Street is entirely green, going west. Sonder continues stepping on in. Ginny's going to go down here over the side, but I don't quite know what the goal of that was. And so now, again, the towers continue to go here. Ziff is now going to pop the incomer, but immediately go down. Blopper tries to get something done, but can't quite seem to do anything. Now Ginny's last one alive tries to throw the burst bombs on the tower, and it is going to go down all the same. So honestly, very reminiscent of the last game, especially coming in from Sonder. They were able to kind of open up a window of opportunity and snowball the game quite effectively. Sonder might have had one or two, Healthy Diet Food Groups might have had one or two misplays, but Sonder was doing a very good job in order to capitalize on those few misplays that Healthy Diet Food Groups made. Rainmaker on Inkblot Art Academy is the next one, so I think the last couple of maps were Josh's Dynamo maps. Now it's going to be switching over to the Charger, as I requested we do one per each mode. Here are the builds for you all. I'm going to pop right on into it. It's going to be over on this blue 7. You see every once in a while come out with Rainmaker. Looking for something like that mobility, looking for something like that slaying power, and looking certainly to try to make plays with a hammer, paint the path for the Rainmaker. However, probably don't want to try to aggress much if you're in a 3v1 situation. You don't know if just wasn't aware, whatever the case is. Synapse is on the other side, actually, with a Sloosh 7 of his own. And now, looks like with the trades back and forth, enough was able to happen there. I don't know what just caused out of Josh. I don't know what just killed him. But that trade as well is going to keep this very much a neutral situation in terms of squids on the map. However, given the fact that because of the respawn timers, I think that was able to be a 2v1 situation. And now you see the push start to take shape here for Sonder. They're going to start pushing on the board. Look at already how much focus are you on this plat. I know that I talk about it so much, but it really is critical. And okay, now it's a 4v1 situation. Are we just going to... Alright, well... So that is Snowball Inkblot Art Academy for you all. I don't really know if there's much else to comment on that one. So maybe we'll get into the Rainmaker game later that we can also talk about. But well done there to Sonder. Again, able to snowball the game very effectively, given having an advantage. Splat zones on Moray Towers is going to be the play here. I honestly have no clue if this has ever been in a tournament map list in a while. Josh is playing Hydra. What is going on here, guys? I don't even know. There they are. Vanilla Slosher, E-Leader. Take everything you see here with a grain of salt, I guess. We'll see exactly what comes of it. Of course, the solutions are actually going to be going ahead to charge their Pinta missiles early on, I guess. try to spot exactly where they come off. Synapse immediately pops those 10 missiles, whereas Zip holds on to them for a little while longer. Perhaps the second 10 missiles here is going to allow them to start pushing in. We'll have to see if that is indeed the case. They are going to get both caps here, but the one thing we know about Moray Towers is that it is a little bit more difficult to comfortably hold on to both of these zones, so it could very well still be a long game. But you see, this is actually going to trade it back the other direction. Now, with 3 members of Healthy Diet Food Groups rather clustered here, they're going to be stuck in a kind of awkward position here. Ginny trying to push out the bubbles here, but there's not really enough follow-up coming in from the rest of the painting power. Damage output, I guess. I think those bubbles are super useful nonetheless. The zones are going to get capped. I think that was in large part thanks to that storm as well. And now Crim's just going to continue looking for this one. Might be able to find the one onto Josh here, who's in kind of an awkward position for Hydra, but no is going to get spotted out. I think that was to a bomb or something of that nature. And now it'd be very beneficial for us to paint the zones, and we do go ahead and do just that. But Josh is still alive here. Crim's going to actually jump right in and try to hop right on top there. Crim is really trying to put in some work on the front lines here with that food groups, and it is going to be beneficial for them. And you'll notice here that, again, that food groups actually kind of doing a good job of having a good balance of aggressive positioning as well as having some, escape routes, right? And escape routes from Moray Towers are very difficult to come across in a lot of cases, but they're able to find these things and they're able to apply pressure from quite a distance. Blopper is going to be able to get a nice one anyway, and that's why you pick the E-leader here. And now another one on the Synapse there, actually. I think that was also for Blopper, and that is Josh going down as well, but I don't know if that was to Ginny or to Blopper. But now you'll notice that that good groups is starting to build up their pressure. We'll see if they can snowball this one into a victory, as we'll notice that they are very quickly winding down the clock. It'll only take 1 or 2 more picks here for them to secure the game on this engagement. Zip's going to go down here. It's going to get dropped on by 2 members. I like Crim's positioning here. Now it's going to decide to back on up. 10 missiles, double 10 missiles coming out as well. Right, that's all 4 specials going to get popped on the zone. That will net the cap here for Sonder. Can they hold on to it? He's going to go right back, pop those bubbles on the zone, but I would have maybe liked to have seen those in a little bit more of a slaying press. It doesn't even matter because Whopper's just going to continue popping out shots. Already 8KA on the E-leader. Now might be looking for one more. Not going to be able to find it, but Henlo is going to be drifting up. Wow, when Sith, how did you get up there? I have no clue. But is able to come up from behind there, surprise Henlo, just like surprised myself. And so now, once again, very reminiscent of the last situation that we were in. It's going to be rather difficult here and then break back in. And now 10 missiles. 10 missiles going to get aided, and that's just unfortunate here. Josh going to be forced to jump back as well. And Healthy Diet Food Group certainly looking strong. You notice here, Blopper is sitting back rather far. You might be saying, well, why aren't they starting to move up a little bit more? Probably because the E-leader really doesn't have a lot of great angles or advantages when it's trying to shoot upwards here on Moray Towers. So it's probably fine that Blopper was just kind of sitting back. I think that was also a little bit of a give from Healthy Diet Food Groups, which is fine, I think, in this case. Is now they're hoping that Sonder is a little bit over aggressive, but I think they were able to get that with those numbers of trades. Blopper and Crim, the last one's alive here, but Blopper is in a very powerful position here for this E-leader, and should mean that zones get maintained, or at least mid gets maintained here for Healthy Diet Food Groups. Now, once again, clustered all up with Sonder. We've seen this one time and time again. But I'm actually, okay, they're actually going to go for this engagement. The arrow comes out for Sonder, and that's going to mean Ginny is going down. Could have seen that one coming. And honestly, we might just consider giving this one again for Healthy Diet Food Groups. There's no really need to give over zones because we can charge up our specials and just collapse right back onto it. Sonder's going to once again do their thing, and now they're going to start coming up here. Will there be a response coming in? We've noticed that we're not really quite to specials here, except for Crim on the 10 missiles. Ginny's going to go down zone, so now I'm not even going to have the bubble blower. The zone's getting recapped in a prevent situation. Sonder actually did a very good job of applying the pressure necessary in order to break themselves back in and get themselves in a position where they actually can start racking up a lot of those points, especially now with Blopper going down on the E-leader. And so we'll have to see if they can keep this positioning. Collapser and Caden, okay, or not. Ginny does have these bubbles at the ready. Is probably going to have to use them sooner rather than later. And not count out the slaying power of those bubbles, where we consider that they might be able to paint the map very well. They're also very nice at getting some of those picks. Here comes the bubble blower here right on top of zone, or try to provide a little bit more defense. But right now, everyone on zone is just sitting on right on top of zone. We need to start applying pressure. We need to start applying tank. We need to start applying something here for Healthy Diet Food Groups, and they can't seem to find it. The hive minus honor is just continuing to paint the zones, and it looks like they're going to be able to take it, and that they do. Well done there there once more to Sonder for holding their ground. I think they're at the very end of the game. They were able to make sure that the zone timer was always taken down, able to make sure that the paint was there. And the Diet Food groups really couldn't quite find the angle that they were all looking for in order to get into the zone. Again, would have liked to see those bubbles try to open up for a few more picks from them, in addition to a couple of other things. Alright, y'all, that's going to do it for this episode of Breakdown Blitz. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to give Sonder and Healthy Diet Food Groups all follows. I have them down in the description below. And thanks to both of them for allowing me to spectate this script. Again, if you liked what you saw, I'm going to plan on doing a bunch of these coming up here shortly. So be sure to stick around for the month of December to find more of these styles of videos. If you enjoyed them, be sure to share them with your friends. And I hope you can find something useful out of the things that I was saying. With all that and all that out of the way, thank you all so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you all next time.